could one take a microdose of a GLP peptide to curb their appetite while they're doing this? Now, keep in mind, Fortigen's already going to suppress your appetite to some degree. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to talk about this, I need to try it. So I got a hold of the new GLP-3. So there's 3 mechanisms of action, and I did a microdose of it. What used to be an 8 out of 10 difficulty for me in fasting for 5 straight days became a 2 out of 10 with just 1 milligram of this GLP-3. Anybody can do this. Hi, my name is John Jaquish. I'm a doctor of biomedical engineering, and that gives me a unique perspective on all sorts of things health-related. Today, I want to do a bit of a follow-up on a video I did called "This is the Diet You Are Looking For." So, that diet, as I described in that video, is called a protein-sparing modified fast. If you want to read about it, you need to search for those terms in that order, otherwise you will not find it. I know it sounds like a conspiracy theory or something's being hidden from us, but you can search on fasting all you want. You'll never find the protein-sparing modified fast until you look up specifically that. So, what is a protein-sparing modified fast? Well, it's actually not a fast. So I didn't come up with this, obviously, because I wouldn't have called it that. What it is really eating protein in isolation or as isolated as possible for the purposes of maintaining cellular health, cellular reproduction, the muscle protein synthesis, so new cells being created, new actuators being created within the cells, actin and myosin coming together, thickens muscle cells is myofibril growth of muscular tissue. That's what that's called. So how do we approach a protein-sparing modified fast? Well, I used to do something that I called Fortigen fasting. So Fortigen, it's an essential amino acid complex. I would take that in isolation, 6 servings a day for 5 days. As in, that's the only thing I ate was a supplement, basically. And this supplement ends up being, at 6 servings, 24 calories a day. Now, I have very, very strong willpower. So, not eating for 5 days and only having Fortigen, which is an appetite suppressant in itself, because protein is satiating. I could do it, but on a scale of 1 to 10 difficulty, it's like an 8 for me. And that says a lot because, like I said, I have great willpower. So I did it a couple of times, and one of my friends who's notorious in the X3 community, Michael Lorenzo, he did it with me one of the times. And so no food, just Fortigen for 5 days. Obviously, we dropped a bunch of body fat, did not lose any muscle, and oddly, muscle bumped up just a little bit right after rehydration. That might suggest that we were building muscle the entire time. It just is hard to see until you rehydrate. So I think a lot of people who think they lose muscle when they're even at a calorie deficit and a protein surplus, make sure of that. Because if you're going up in strength but down in body weight, you're not losing muscle. Like, I got news for you. Like, it takes a bigger machine to make a greater amount of force. All other things relative. And since you are the same person every time you do something, all things are relative or controlled for. Probably a better way to say that. So what I did recently, and here's some before and after video of day 0 and day 5, I lost 14 pounds of scale weight in 5 days of doing this protein-sparing modified fast. Now, the only reason I did it again, I sort of abandoned the idea a while ago because I really wasn't sure where the science was going to land on whether we lose muscle when we're fasting, or my theory was we don't lose muscle at all. It's just tough to see. And there's quite a bit of evidence, specifically in a fasting study, that showed the fasting group gained muscle even without exercise. But they allowed the individuals to rehydrate in between the fasts. So it was multiple short fasts, and then they were eating normally in between. So given that, plus what we now know about protein-sparing modified fasts, turns out that Fortigen really does everything you need it to do. Now, it is not the entirety of human nutrition, but it's a lot of it, because it's everything you need from a protein perspective that your body cannot make itself. Essential amino acids have to be sourced externally. Non-essential amino acids your body makes, so you don't need to worry about those. I dropped this 14 pounds, then I rehydrated, and after rehydration, my net loss was 8 pounds. So quite a bit of water there. But after that water was replaced, my net fat loss was 8 pounds, and that was in 5 days. So basically a very small amount of dieting from a time perspective, and wow, a lot of results. So in order to do this for most people, I think because of the willpower issue, it might be tough. However, I'm not recommending this. I'm just saying one could go about doing it. And somebody's bound to ask the question anyway, so I might as well address it. Could one take a microdose of a GLP peptide to curb their appetite while they're doing this? Now, keep in mind, Fortigen's already going to suppress your appetite to some degree. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to talk about this, I need to try it. So I got a hold of the new GLP-3. So there's 3 mechanisms of action, and I did a microdose of it. What used to be an 8 out of 10 difficulty for me in fasting for 5 straight days became a 2 out of 10 with just 1 milligram of this GLP-3. Anybody can do this. It was so easy. And what I would do if I were going to go about doing this, keep in mind, I'm not giving you any medical advice here. You need to speak to a physician about doing this. There'll be a link in the video description for physicians who would be able to talk to you about this, or healthcare coordinators, what I should call them, because I don't know what these compounding pharmacies exactly who they're going to have you talk to. But you definitely want to talk to somebody who can screen you for any of the potential side effects, though remember I mentioned in past videos, peptides do occur naturally in the body, including these. So the chances of something going really badly are, let's just say, low. Certainly not non-existent, because you can definitely take too much. I mean, like insulin is a peptide. If you take too much insulin, it can kill you. So I don't want people to think just because it naturally occurs in the body that it's safe and you can do whatever you want with it. You do need to follow instructions and follow whatever your healthcare professional or knowledgeable person is guiding you through this experience. But what I experienced, and that's really all I can speak of, is that the lizard brain mentality of, let's say you have one of the potato chips and you plan on only having one, but then 15 minutes later you ate the whole bowl. That doesn't happen. And when you can really stick to this kind of fast and prioritize protein with Fortigen, wow. It turns out I lost absolutely no muscle. Hard to measure if I gained any, because it's a very short period of time, and muscle gains are typically measured on at the very least monthly, not 5 days. So, but I didn't lose any muscle, and I have a number of different ways of measuring body composition, and I did them all pretty crystal clear. Also, I PR'd in strength in a few different lifts during that week, and again on the 2 hydration days. So what I ended up doing was It's a 7-day experience, 5 days, no food, only 6 doses of Fortigen per day, starting with that 1 milligram of GLP-3. Didn't need to do anything until about the 6th day when I got my appetite back. Then I prioritized fats, and I kept taking 6 doses of Fortigen per day because my appetite wasn't fully back. So basically what I was eating was eggs, liverwurst, and ribeye caps, like the fattiest of high-fat stuff loaded with omega-3s, essential fatty acids, so that my connective tissue wouldn't dry out, and like my skin and my fingernails and my hair, what little of it I have, will grow normally. And so it ended up covering all my bases and dropping body fat so fast. I'm a huge fan of dropping body fat as fast as possible because you want to spend more time trying to gain muscle, training it at full capacity. And I see these guys who are torturing themselves with a, 600 calorie deficit, and they're still eating carbohydrates, so they're just white knuckling their way through life, which I think sucks. And if you don't have to, there's no merit badges for doing that. Applying some of this, and again, making sure you talk to whoever you need to talk to so that you're sure that there aren't any side effects or health complications, and this reconciles with your health background. Like, for example, they don't recommend this for people who have significant cancer in their background. Not that anyone got cancer as a result of this, but we'd rather be safe than sorry. I'm sure everybody's heard that expression before. I hope this information really helped. I don't know what you're going to do, and you can certainly ask me a lot of questions in the comments. I would not have experimented with this peptide if I thought it was bad, especially at a microdose. So I studied this for maybe 100 hours before I made the decision to try it. I'm shocked at how pleasant an experience it was. And at a microdose, like, I didn't feel any nausea, I didn't have any trouble sleeping, nothing. I think the side effects are from people who take way too much of it. Now, being animal protein heavy in your diet beforehand definitely helps because you're going to have less of an appetite to begin with. So keep these things in mind and ask whatever questions you want. And if there's a lot of great questions in the comments, I'll do another video to address all of those. But hope this was helpful.
If this video helped you, I want you to subscribe and follow. I'm going to put out videos on a regular basis. I think they're going to help a whole lot of people, especially if you're one of those people that doesn't just instantly grow from lifting regular weights. We've got the answer for you.